Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I am Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Sure did. Still in Tuscany.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to be going home soon.
Yes.
Got to get James off to Spartanburg.
Empty nester.
Oh, that sounded like the most fake laugh ever. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh.
That was like a nice charity laugh.
No, that was an actual laugh.
That was like your Tilly laugh or something right there. See? Well, if you're just joining us, we are two others. We are two husbands, each other's husbands, and we watch The Housewives and we talk about it.
Yes.
So please like, subscribe, follow us here wherever you got this podcast, and then please like and subscribe us on social media, wherever that may be. TikTok at Husbands Watching and everywhere else at Husbands Watching Housewives. Yeah, this was a pretty good episode.
I thought so. It left me wanting more. I hate it to be continued with no clips the following
I know,
week.
it sucks so much.
We finally got somewhere.
Do you think that this is going to battle any of the people out there, like Sarah Michelle Gellar saying that the show is boring?
Much to Annie's chagrin, probably not.
Probably not.
So that's fine.
Our friends over at Bestie Approved, I caught them posting on social media that they think that this season's boring, so we're going to have a lot to talk to about with them.
Yes.
We have some upcoming live podcast.
Yes. So basically, The Real Housewives of Rhode Island premieres next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a live podcast with them on the Friday afterwards. And then Atlanta premieres next Sunday, and we'll do a live on Monday.
Yes, they're our premiere buddies, so we'll be doing that with them. And they sent us these little Rhode Island photos that they did, which we're going to get hung up here eventually when we update the board. So thank you for that, Bestie Approved.
Thank you so much. It's such a great gift.
Really, really sweet.
Really is.
And it saves us having to go get these printed, which we tried doing, and we had some format issues, so it was it was kind of a pain in the ass.
It's tricky.
Yeah, let's put her on there.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. We have this nice little, there we go, for Rhode Island.
That's good. Oh, that's so good.
So cute.
Yes.
So yes, but with Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Or if you wanted to get into anything else.
I mean, good Beverly Hills.
I've just had a big long week at work, and, as I've thrilled you in the car on the way home talking about building Power Automate flows, I will not bore our audience.
Right. Yeah, it was a slow week for me, and I'm glad that it's almost over, and the month's almost over, and it's ready to move on to other things and hear news and what have you.
Yeah. Well, very good. Very good.
Things. Yeah.
But do you I guess just getting to the heart of it, do you think that the critics of Beverly Hills are going to find this episode any more exciting? Is this going to be the one where they're going to be like, oh my God, finally something's happening?
I don't think so. I think people just are determined. Not us, Andy. We are not like Sarah Michelle Gellar. We are in it. We like the season. I think it's very entertaining. I'm down for it. So, but I think people are just going to hate and feel the way they're going to feel. And again, I'm not saying that's unreasonable, if it's not moving as fast as you want it to, or you don't enjoy the women as much as you used to, but we are. So you can't just like blatantly say everyone thinks the season is boring, because that's not correct.
Correct. I would agree.
So I began with
Sutton waking up Amanda.
I was surprised by how emotional Sutton was. I'm continually surprised by Sutton this season. One, in liking her so much, and two, just how she's opening up and like giving all these feelings. It's like where Sutton Brown is like, I feel things. It
makes me wonder if she was actually saying these things before, but she was just saying them to Garcelle, and Garcelle was listening. Like, girl, you don't owe them any of these feelings.
I think it's also too like her feeling that she wasn't super welcomed at first into the group, and maybe she feels like me, where like she hates this pile-on onto Amanda, and so her saying, just so you know, we were talking crap, and I should have stuck up for you more.
Right.
That was really great saying that, because she could have said, yeah, they're all just, beating the dead horse and whatever. And I was like, stop, y'all. They won't listen to me. But she's like, no, I really could have said more to defend you. And that makes me sad. that they were just so against you and I wasn't more vocal.
Well, when Sutton brings that up at the wine crushing or the grape crushing, there
gets emotional there. Yeah,
she does. But like all the women are kind of looking at her like, "What do you care about this so much for?" Like they seem to think it didn't make sense. And I know that Sutton kind of connected the dots and said, I kind of felt excluded and explained it all over again.
And Amanda to a certain extent, I think.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. It's like because Sutton's still kind of playing both sides as well, where she wants to be helping Amanda, but at the same time she wants to also be one of the cool kids. And every time she kind of defends Amanda, she gets a little bit further from. She gets a lot of eyebrows raised at her.
But she's still cool with the coolest kid in her mind, which is Kyle.
Right.
So I think as long as she's cool with her, and to I think a good extent Erika, although she really did like push Erika towards the forefront of. She looked up on ChatGPT and she was reading these things out and yeah. So
can we talk for a moment about how that chat thing?
GPT?
Yeah. Like I Sutton's what? Like a year or two older than us? We know what chat.
No, Sutton's in her 50s.
She's not that much older than us though, right?
I think she's like around Kyle's age.
Okay, so maybe she is. But either way, like, are 55-year-olds still going, what is ChatGPT?
Some of them.
Okay.
If you're Sutton, why would you have need to use ChatGPT? I don't think she does.
I use other AI stuff for work, but you still think ChatGPT's in the news enough. You would have at least read about it, or at least seen it on the internet or videos about it. But yeah, it just seems, it was cute kind of how, like, not out of touch she might be because of
that chat thing.
Yeah, just that chat,
I think, but yeah, so she was saying they're saying you're reading all your bad reviews and saying it's a scam and yada, yada, yada. And Amanda was genuinely hurt by this. And
like Amanda goes to ChatGPT and looks herself up and doesn't say anything negative about it. Like, what did they type into this?
I mean, yeah, like Amanda Francis, big old scammer.
Yeah. Like that would definitely come up with some negative reviews.
I did like how she basically was saying that Boz is projecting and found like, I was like, I wouldn't go that far, honey.
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you do, if she typed in Boz's name and it did say some negative things about, her, motivational speech stuff. But I think it's a big stretch for her to have said that,
because Boz had a huge career prior to what she's currently doing,
right?
So you can't really compare.
And getting to it, I think what Boz explained at the wine crushing made sense when Amanda brought it up. It's like you're just always on defense about your job. You're never talking about your work and your career. You're never just letting it stand on its own. And I
think you're boasting about it too.
Right.
So you're saying like, why did you get into this?
Right.
It's not like, let's factor out the money queen and you're the breadwinner or whatever. Why do you love this so much that you made this your career?
Right.
And that would be more heartfelt and more relatable for these women as opposed to like naming off stats.
But even though when Boz says that, it makes a lot of sense, but it also really just shows how Boz looks at everything through a marketing lens.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's the sort of, journey story you want to tell in marketing is like, that's the positive side of everything. It's
like she was advising somebody on the Jimmy show she did. Yeah.
What was that called?
On brand.
On brand. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what you should do in my career. So I think she did own up to, we looked you up. Yeah, I compared you to me, but also you're being I think she was coming from the place of you're so defensive because you're insecure and you're guilty of something. Whereas if you were secure of what you're doing and you believed in it, you'd just be like, whatever. I don't care if you're talking about me.
Yeah, it's like you're ready to like start with the stats so quickly of like, we have a 3% refund rate, which is unheard of in our industry. And
I love that she can like drop those stats.
Because she's probably given them a lot. But what I think she's failing to communicate, or what word have you, is that like she's proud of those stats. So like, and I think that's where Sutton could have stepped up in that moment and said what she said in her confessionals, that like that's who she is. Like I thought
when the cameras are down. She said that when cameras are down, she's still like tossing out stats to me as we're going to sleep.
Right. Like she's just so up her own ass, I guess, about it, but like it's genuine for her. Like that's truly who she is. And I think based upon things that we've seen, like in the after show and, you know, different social media and different appearances Amanda's had, that does seem to be true. That like she eats, drinks, and breathes this whole manifestation, and that's just her life.
Yeah, I think she needs to bring more heart to it. But also I see her point of, it's hard for me to drop my guard when you're so ready to criticize me. So why would I want to show you my heart if you're just going to say, well, no one knew who the hell you were, and like you're full of crap. You're not being your pure self, which is like, I think, a bullshit thing to say.
And she's also not, I don't know, like it's easy for us to say like what she should have said in hindsight, and I'm sure she could say the same, you know, in hindsight, but it's like, what I wanted to hear from her was, why would I share all that stuff with you when every time I share something, you guys jump down my throat? Like, why would I want it? But she didn't really say it. She said, like, you're just
dragging me through the mud.
Right.
So why would I want to? Yeah.
But it was always like you drag my business through the mud is kind of what the implication was. It wasn't like every time I try to actually be personal or anything, you guys have a problem with the way that I'm doing it. So like, what motivation do I have to keep trying?
Yeah, that's true. I liked when she said to Sutton, they know this is how I make money to support my family, and for you to basically go on camera and, you know, say, it's one thing to like have it discussed on the internet. Not everyone like reads these things, but you bring it on the show gives it more weight to say she's a full-on scam.
Right.
She has bad reviews. She's full of shit. Then it becomes more real, and that's jeopardizing potentially her way of making money, as she's so quick to tell us she is the breadwinner. She's like a Mormon wife, like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like, I'm the breadwinner.
She's like a regular Jessie.
Yeah.
Or Whitney or
Michaela.
Or any of them, really. Yeah, you know, but at the same time, like, if her product and her thing is so beloved and so, like, it can stand up to criticism, you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of people said that she should not come onto the show with these potential skeletons and maybe being a scammer, because then it's like a Jen Shaw situation where you talk so much about yourself and like all the things you're doing, and then people really start looking at it and they find the flaws and they'll start pulling at the thread and unraveling it all.
Yeah, or it puts the magnifying glass. You choose the cliche.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But I'm glad she said something. I'm glad they hashed it out. It didn't really go anywhere. I think it'd be better if they had just the two of them sat down without anyone else jumping in to move the conversation elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's always better.
I agree, but at the same time, like, it's good, I think, to see... I don't know. I think it's good for everyone to kind of have the same version of the story of sorts and say that they saw the same thing happen. You know,
I do agree with that, but I think you need to start where the main critic, and that's Boz.
Right.
So, but I think, you know,
but also
I watched that interview with her and Carlos King. Amanda said that she and Boz get into it the most, or Boz the person she gets into it with the most
at the reunion. Well, that makes. I mean. Yeah.
So I hope she brought her A game, because Boz is not one to be trifled with. So.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Can we talk about how Amanda didn't know that Carlos King was a Housewives producer?
Oh, wait, like, you produced the Housewives? So you're really well versed in this. I need
to listen to that episode just because I just want to hear the moment when she's like, "Wait, hold, what?"
It was a total like. Bing!
Also, like, that's kind of, wouldn't you research
the person who's going to go on to his podcast?
Yeah.
You thought he talked about Housewives?
Yeah, and that's all he did. Like, I mean, for us, that would be the case. I mean, I wouldn't expect if she came on our podcast to be like, let's talk about Microsoft Flows. You've been doing that all week.
Like, ChatGPT Carlos King, and you'll see, aside from like what he's currently doing with all his reality shows and his production company, that he was a producer on New Jersey and Atlanta.
Let's not even give ChatGPT all this credit. Let's just get back to Googling.
You know, Googling.
Google him.
I did some Googling.
Do good old Giselle and Google people.
Yeah.
Can we talk for a moment about Tilly finally got to do her naked pool bit? I'm glad we got to see that.
Splashing and water is so great.
I'm gonna splash now. Splash, splash. It's so cute.
Oh, she should go to her Instagram and like find those thirst traps.
Oh, that'd be good. Or are they posted, do you think, or did she send them to?
I don't follow.
Did she send them to her special gentleman?
I think she made it for the internet.
Probably you're right.
I enjoyed, before we get into the whole Dorit stuff, I enjoyed that Kyle was still on Natalie's neck.
Yeah. I like how they're whispering at breakfast because, like, I don't know where anyone is. They were all kind of just muttering to each other at breakfast. And
I love that Kyle pulled I'm your sister, Kathy. You must believe me. Oh, okay. Kathy backed down.
Going back a few seasons, like, yeah, exactly. Like, Kathy's done that in the past where she's just been like, well, I don't know. And it's like, I'm your sister. Like, and I think a lot.
I'm saying this happened.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that'll be, oh, Kyle's trying to, control the narrative and manipulate. Yeah. And I, for one, do not believe the whole idea that just because I'm related to you, you should take my side. No. And I don't think that's what Kyle was doing there. She was saying, are you going to start playing devil's advocate for this person you just met? Or are you actually going to trust that this happened?
Right.
And I think...
Well, and I love that Eric even said, you called her a liar. And Kyle's like, yeah, and I meant it.
Yeah.
And even Eric was like, okay, I'm going to leave that one alone. Not worth the fight.
And it was kind of BS later on when they were talking about it at the vineyard, and Natalie was still like, well, I don't know, like, I confirmed what it was. It's like, and people, Sutton, who was like, you really didn't stand
in your truth.
Yeah. Like, you really were a little wishy-washy about it, but maybe there was more conversation we didn't get to see.
You were afraid of Boz and called it day now.
Just admit, especially with Amanda there in front of Boz, just admit, okay, yeah, Boz said that, but we were totally joking. I didn't think anything of it,
But also, it's Amanda's fault, too, for not just saying it in the damn moment. You heard it.
Yeah.
We saw you hear it, and you should have said, you know what, Boz, that hurt my feelings. I don't know why you were saying I have a mask on. I'm the Pinocchio.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute that they rode the bikes over there, and I'm fully on with Boz and the whole idea that, like, it looks so fun in the movies, then you do it, and it's a lot sweatier than you think.
Sweatier and also probably, like, rough terrain.
Yeah, I didn't think about... Well, I'm sure the roads were probably fine. It wasn't until they rode into the vineyard that, like, things got a little bumpy, I'm sure. But
it's not like, riding around like, your cul-de-sac.
But I think if I were in Florence, I would want
a full dress and, like, a full beat and, like, all the hair the Boz has. That's a hazard.
Well, yes and no. But, like, I think that all the other ladies being all, why would I want to ride a bike? It's like, well, how many opportunities are you really going to have to do this?
Exactly.
And, like, how long do you really have to do this?
Exactly.
You just do it this once. It's going to look pretty and say you did it. And the fact that, like, Rachel was just over it. And I know there's a lot of people who will be like, oh, yes, queen. Oh, my queen. She's not going to put up, but she's so glamorous. It's like, yeah, but, and she gets there and she starts complaining about, I have to take my shoes off. And, like, oh, step on grape. I don't eat stomp grapes. I drink grapes. It's like...
I am not of the yes. I'm fine with Rachel. I think she's great, but, like, I'm not enraptured with her.
Mm-hmm.
I watched her show. I've been firmly on team Brad Goretzky, and I just, I know sides of Rachel. I've seen sides of Rachel, so I'm not yas queening. I don't really yas queen anyway. Even Kyle.
No, you don't really yas queen.
I like her, but as we're about to see it.
Yeah, there were things tonight you were like, oh, no.
Yeah. So I just can't, like, just stop the damn grapes or don't stop the grapes. Someone else did this once. They're on a trip. They're being, like, negative Nancy about it.
Right. It's like when they act, like, it's probably someone in New York, and it was probably Ramona. But it's like whenever they're just, like, above it all, it's
or
like,
Jessel.
I can't do this. Like, it's just like, no, why would I? It's just like, because you're being paid to be on the show.
I Love Lucy.
Right.
We're doing a scene out of I Love Lucy. Do you not see the reference? We're in Italy. We're making our wine. Just do the thing or don't do the thing. And say, like, just like you opted out of riding the bike or opted out of going on a hike in Sedona. Just say, that's not me, but you guys do it. Yay.
Right.
But just to be like, oh, my dress, my shoes. It's just so, you're so put upon.
I mean, I like that she ultimately did it, and I thought it was hilarious that she was like, realizing, like, the height differential between me and Boz.
That was funny. I think the thing with Rachel is the thing with Dorit. It's the being so affected. But Rachel can be really real, too. And so can Dorit to a certain extent. But there's also a layer... thinner than Dorit's, but there's a layer of BS that kind of just irks me.
I think that Rachel, when she's not in the mood, she'll play up the
Rachel's
I'm better than this.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but yeah, in the most part, I think she's a good sport for many things, and I think that's why I was a little surprised she wasn't being a good sport about this.
Right.
So, I thought it was also awkward that Amanda had to be in the grape stomping with Natalie.
After all that.
Like,
Pull up my dress and stomp some grapes with the girl.
And then, what was it? Sutton and her brand new dress that she bought.
Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah.
It was so pretty with the matching shoes.
It was cute.
It was very nice.
Although that feels like, you're going to wear the brand new outfit on the trip you just bought it on. It's just like wearing the concert tee
at the concert.
At the concert. It's like, okay.
But, you're stomping grapes. Where else would you wear this?
I don't know. You wouldn't wear that stomping grape. Get it all dirty. That would be awful. You got it stained.
Well, she didn't wear it to dinner. It's not like it's a daytime.
True.
Dress,
Very true.
Regardless.
Before, though, there's somewhere else I wanted to go, but I will get there eventually. Oh, the light went out.
Oh.
We need to charge those things. But yeah, you were going to get to the
Kyle and Erika and Dorit thing.
Mm-hmm.
So up front, Kyle took the wrong track of trying to bring others into her argument of Dorit's behavior, whether it be the tardiness or the erratic behavior, which I'm glad she realized that was too harsh of a word. You can't bring someone in who's not going to support you. And you said yourself, Dorit is so up Boz's ass. And I think a little bit of vice versa, and same with Rachel. So why would you expect those two women to say, you know what? I said the same thing too, Kyle, because they're not going to do it. They're going to support Dorit.
And I think
and they don't have the same beef with Dorit that Kyle does. They don't have the beef at all.
Right.
They're just kind of annoyed about certain things or worried about certain things.
I think Rachel explained it well.
Yes.
Like in many of the cases, like, don't bring me into it. I'm not you all. And
Right.
I think Boz was a little wishy-washy about it.
Well, she didn't say it. She said in her confessional, and that's one thing I agreed with her about. Don't stand on your own argument.
Right.
I am mad at you because of this. Our friendship is this way because of this. Not the other girls are saying this. The other girls are saying this.
But Boz saw the tactic and wasn't necessarily saying it was a bad tactic. She was saying, I see what she's doing, and almost as though there's value to it, that like Dorit would hear it better, believing and knowing that other people were kind of backing Kyle up on it. And other people had said the same thing, that it wasn't just Kyle saying it. But Kyle was leaning too hard on the degree of which everyone else was saying it, which
for her supporting evidence,
right, and which was properly bullshit. Like Dorit could see through that and be like, okay, even if Rachel was upset about it, she's not that upset about it.
She's not exactly.
Even if Boz is, she's not that upset about it. So for you to be bringing it up, and that's where Boz is right. It's also diminishing your argument.
Also, too, it does say that I spoke to everybody except for you, so I've been talking about you behind your back, which also hurts her case.
Right.
So it was the wrong track to take,
and
she shouldn't have done that. And I understand why she did that, because they were not going to jump in and rah her. Just stand on. I'm mad about this.
Right.
And they bring Erika into it because she would have been like, yes, as when they
right.
Yeah.
But I think also she could have started with it as a foundation and moved on and been like, look, when I bring things up to you, you freak out on me about it. Because when other people say the same thing about it, you're fine with it. But when I say it, it's the worst thing you've ever heard.
And also, too, you hold me to a different level
standard
than the other women, and I can't do anything right with you. So the one thing, and I'm glad, and I thought this was the case, and now we know for sure, when Kyle brought up Dorit reading her text before the reunion 2 seasons ago.
Well, let's not
mad about that.
Well, let's not forget that Dorit finally said, "I don't trust you." Over the PK texting, and that's when Kyle said,
"Well, why should I trust you?" Because based on that whole incident,
right?
So she's not over it. That's where it really went wrong, and she was like, "This woman's not my friend."
Right.
To a certain degree that I thought she was, and she never was.
Yeah.
Because as I said last week, Kyle has plenty of girlfriends that are in her close circle, and Dorit is not one of them anymore. And I don't think she ever was.
Or maybe she was, and then
she was more a show friend,
right?
Whereas Erika and Teddy, and to a certain degree Rinna, are more real friends.
But see, this is where all the Kyle haters are to be this entire everything since that reunion has been. She's out to get Dorit. She's out to get Dorit, and I don't think that she's out to get Dorit.
She needs to waste her time to get Dorit or get back at Dorit. She's just pissed at Dorit.
Yeah.
So,
but I think also genuinely, not genuinely concerned, but actually concerned.
Yes.
I think Yeah.
I can be mad at you, but also care about you as a friend and be concerned about you. So you're not my bestest friend, but you're also like, we share this experience. We are trauma bonded in this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at you and you're not acting like you were years ago. And that concerns me. And so I'm going to say something. You're not going to hear it. So maybe I'll bring it up to Boz. Maybe I'll bring it up to Rachel. And maybe they can convince you because you're listening more to them than you are to me.
See, and that's where Kyle really fell down as well, is that, when Dorit brings up, we were together for 4 days in the Hamptons, you didn't say one word to me about this.
Because they're in a good place then, and Kyle didn't want to rock the boat.
Kyle should have said that more. Should have been, first off, Rachel asked me to make sure it was a fun time, so I wasn't going to cause drama. I was to make sure that,
it was Rachel's trip.
Yeah, it was Rachel's trip. I didn't want to upset that. And we were having a fun time. I didn't want to come to you in the middle of that and be like, hey, let me ruin all this.
We're back to old times where it was just fun and whatever. And I didn't want to go deep with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, the more and more...
She didn't fight well. She didn't argue well this episode. And I think it was when she finally got pushed to her breaking point. That's when I'm like, now you're getting to what we want you to say. I'm sick of you, Dorit. I'm sick of you, riding my ass. Back the F up.
Yeah.
That's being real. So, not that she's
real frustrated.
Yes. That's not that she wasn't she wasn't showing her full emotions and only her emotions and not the group's emotions.
Right.
Until she got so frustrated. I don't give a crap about your damn Kelly bag that you can't afford. I can, and I have many of them.
I just hope that it gets her to make some better points, because even this whole thing that she's trying to make about her being late all the time, Dorit's always been late, and Kyle was trying to make this thing that all of a sudden she's more late than she's ever been. This is a new development.
More late, but just a blatant disregard. She wasn't late every single time, every single dinner. But now it feels like she is. And then when production made a point of showing her being weird when they got to the venue, and she was rifling through her bag, it's what are you doing?
No, that's also
or when they showed her getting ready, she's
right.
I'm sure maybe it's an innocent thing, but we don't know the context of her being frazzled. But it just seems.
But it goes with Dorit saying she didn't want to go in the first place. So she's, and that's fair to Kyle. Dorit's just not being honest, and she's like, okay, fine, and then the entire time just putting up this lip service to, all right, I'm coming and I'm gonna rifle through my bag, okay, I'll be there. And that's definitely disrespectful in any circumstance. But it just if she starts being honest, which yelling I don't trust you is pretty honest. And I think Kyle,
I'm glad that was said. Just go with that.
And then Kyle said she doesn't trust her either from the text message. I think next week we better get some real sensible arguments.
Next week we get Erika comes into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that Erika said, I haven't had a problem with Dorit in 8 years. And they showed the junk boat thing that I talked about, because really after Dorit's first season, when they clashed, they were fine the next season. So they haven't had an issue, no dust ups. And now there's an issue. And I liked that Erika didn't back down when it's no, I'm talking to Kyle. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm in it too now because I want you two to be better. But now you're pointing a finger at me and I'm saying, I'm bugged by certain things. So you can't just point a finger and say no, Erika, you stop talking, because that's not Erika.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I don't care if you're my friend. You tell me to shush or stop talking. Yeah. You're going to hear a lot
and
from me.
And also, I will aside from being on Erika's side, Erika versus Dorit, Erika will win every time because she will go to the gutter.
Yeah,
and Dorit just can't handle that.
Yeah.
And she's a better fighter.
Erika will take those earrings off.
Oh, for sure. Take that bow out of her head. Be like, look, honey, let me tell you about yourself.
Yeah,
sister.
So
I'm ready for that next week. I hate to be continued because I just want to see.
I know the more clip. That clip of this episode last week got you through to this. You were all week. You were I can't wait for Beverly Hills this week.
I know.
So
the appropriate reaction, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Was there anything else I mean, I love how they stuck it. Sutton's like, I got to go back because my youngest son's going away to college, and it's like she gave her like 2 seconds of personal story, and that was really the only other thing in there. There's nothing personal about Boz. There's nothing personal about any of them. It was basically the Amanda Sutton part of it, and then it was the
Amanda versus Boz, and then all about Dorit, Erika, and Kyle.
The Fox Force 3.
At this point, I think it's the 3 would be Erika, Kyle, and Teddy.
Right.
Maybe Rena. 4.
Maybe. Well, it was a good episode.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything else.
Check your synopsis, why don't you?
I think whenever I hear Empty Nest, I think of Richard Mulligan.
as you should.
And so, like, that's Sutton. She's the new Richard Mulligan. She's going to get a dry fist.
She already has like a golden retriever, doesn't she?
She has a lot of dogs. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
But yeah, looking forward to next week. Exciting.
Yeah. So we have one more episode of this coming up next Thursday, and then we'll be watching Rhode Island that night, right?
Yes.
And then Sunday Atlanta starts.
Correct.
Next Sunday, not this coming Sunday.
Correct.
A week from
Seriously, like, it's weird because, like, Rhode Island premieres after Beverly Hills and then moves to its permanent night after Atlanta. Again, I don't like when they double up Housewives, but nobody asked me.
Right.
So we're just going to have to, like, record Atlanta on Sundays and Rhode Island on Mondays.
And who knows, maybe we'll be, like, really energetic some certain Sundays and we'll do 2 in a row.
That's a lot.
We'll do a double banger.
We're not Teddy and Tamara. Trying to do shows. No, I'm looking forward to Rhode Island. I saw like a little bit of a little few clips.
I want Amanda to go on 2 Teas in a Pod and be like, wait a minute, you two were, you're a housewife and you were on Beverly Hills?
Wait, you were on Beverly Hills? You know Kyle?
Well, with that said, should we talk about this next time?
Until next time.